Dia Irby here, your local community leader and real estate agent, here to introduce you to another neighbor, someone that's making a difference in your area, in the Bull City. Listen up and see what they have to say.
My name is Alyssa Cherry, and I am the CEO and founder of Fillaree. It's a natural refillable soap company that I started in Durham, North Carolina in 2014. I really wanted a place to refill my bottle of soap in order to reduce my waste. And I also really wanted a natural soap. And I didn't find anywhere where I could actually take my empty bottle and go refill it. Everything involved trash or recycling. So I decided to teach myself how to make liquid soap in a crock pot in my kitchen, and I joined the South Durham Farmers Market. And it's been a story and journey ever since. But yeah, we moved into this space in about 2018, and we got a 60-gallon tank, and we've been scaling up. And yeah, that's a little bit about Fillaree. It's been a journey that's still ongoing and building on its own story.
Absolutely. Well, you have, like you said, the ability to bring in your bottle and refill it with liquid soaps. You also have a number of other products. And what would you say, one question I like to ask, for your business or your store, what is the myth about soaps or the products that you offer? What is the myth that people have that you want to just bust that myth?
Yeah, I definitely, the first thing that comes to mind is going to be that things that are recycled, that recycling really is a really great thing that's going to solve the problem of trash, right? So basically it's like we're kind of taught that if you recycle something, it's going to definitely be made into something new, and then again and again. And that's actually not true, especially when it comes to plastic. Actually, only 9% of all the plastic actually does get recycled. So that means that most of it, even some of that you put in the bin, is going to end up in the landfill, or God forbid our oceans, because what we end up doing is we sell the recycling plants, they collect it, and then they sell it overseas to places like China, and then they'll ship it back to them where it's attempted to be made into other things. But it's actually quite difficult. And I think that that is a myth, that we think like, oh, well, at least I'll be able to recycle this. It's not necessarily true. So I think that if you're trying to physically reduce your impact by not having all these things we need and we buy ending up somewhere in our earth, right? You know, you think, oh, recycling is going to be the answer, and that's not necessarily the answer. The best way is to reuse, like they did in the 20s and the 1800s, and you had your milk bottle and you had that one thing, and everything was really built to last. I think that a lot of this, you know, convenient make and take and trash kind of the way that we live now is really challenging for our planet. And I think that that's what we want to do, is we want to make it easy for you to be able to refill. I've had the same blue glass spray bottle for like 6 years, you know, and think about if I had the recycle and I had to put it in there, you know, that would have been, I don't know, 50 plastic tubs. Hopefully they got recycled, but chances are they're not. I mean, 9% is not a good
percentage.
Not a good percentage.
No, we are such a disposable community. So if someone decided, I love this idea, I want to take this track, do this option of living, what are two tips of doing this, or maybe some vocabulary so that we can communicate what we mean by what we're saying?
Yeah, I would definitely say take it real slow and easy. I mean, it's really challenging to reduce your waste, like in a way that you can kind of see. I mean, it's like almost everything that we get in touch and buy and then need is essentially trash, will be trash eventually. You know what I mean? Like, it's really challenging to be like, I'm not going to use plastic, or I'm not going to throw away anything. So I would say pick one area that you really think that maybe you can make that change. So maybe you start with the reusable water bottle. If you drink a lot of plastic water bottles, I would just maybe get a filter or, you know, drink tap. Durham tap water is one of the most, you know, best in the country, I believe. They're definitely rated very, very high in their tap water for drinking. It really is. So, you know, get a reusable water bottle and then start with that and then see how that feels. And then maybe get a reusable coffee cup. You know, for years until the pandemic, I never had a paper or plastic coffee cup. I always brought my own and I would just refill it. So those were two easy water bottle, coffee cup things that really honestly probably saved me like trash can fulls. I mean, barrel fulls of trash, because you drink so much water, you drink so much coffee and tea and stuff. And then if you're going to want to do Fillaree, if you're wanting to kind of start, maybe you do that, that feels really good. And you're like, okay, now I'm kind of ready to look into personal care products or home cleaning products at my house. You can come in here. What I tell people is usually like, what have you run out of recently? Maybe it's a cleaning spray or a hand soap, or maybe it's shampoo. And, you know, you're ready to try something new. Then maybe buy an initial bottle, you know, buy a glass bottle, a metal bottle, you know, and then take it home if you like it, which, you know, most people do. They're really great products. They're very natural, very easy on the skin. You can come back and refill it, you know, and then that just kind of eases you into refilling and reducing waste in that sector, you know, of your life. Composting is another really easy way to reduce your trash. Get a compost bin, you know, start one outside in your backyard. There's a bunch of DIY YouTube videos. You could go with a company like Compost Now, which is a local company out of Raleigh, and they pick up in Durham, and you just leave your bin outside. So they make it really easy and convenient to compost, because I mean, a lot of the trash that we generate is definitely stuff that could be composted for sure.
But what are the different types of products?
Yeah, so it always smells really good in here. I'm always like, there are worse places to work. Like everybody that walks in is like, oh, you know, you can't help but get uplifted, especially with the plants and the light. And, you know, we're all pretty positive folks around here. Hopeful folks. But yeah, so we make soap and suds, which is a hand and body soap. It comes in 5 different scents. We make a clean drain cleaning spray, an all-purpose spray. It's great on everything, you know, counters, tabletops, everything except for glass, but it's a great all-purpose spray. We make a dish soap, Clean Plate Club dish soap. We also have shampoo, conditioner, lotion, hand sanitizer. We have all those 4 liquids that you regularly consume. You know, those are definitely like the big ones. And then we have laundry detergent. We have a few different kinds of powdered laundry detergent. We have the drops laundry detergents that are, you know, biodegradable pods. And then we have these amazing bar soaps, which is this woman, Camelia out of Greensboro. She's a local bar soap maker, and she makes these beautiful, beautiful bar soaps. Bar soap is a really easy way. You know, if you don't want to do the liquid refillable body wash, get a bar. This is like how you used to do it back in the, you know, everybody used to use bar soaps, and it creates no waste. At the end of the day, it just goes, you know, you just use it all up, right? That's right. We also have a body butter, which is really great. It's only made with 3 ingredients, and you can bring back that empty glass jar. And we have a bunch of other little things. We have some candles. You can buy another local company called Bright Black Candle. They're incredible. And you can bring back this empty, you know, empty container, and they'll refill it. They'll take it back to their factory, put another candle in it. So yeah, I mean, we have a bunch of other. We have like except brushes, compostable brushes, reusable paper towels, reusable, sustainable pet stuff. We have some dental stuff. So we have quite a few options.
So what do you love about this community?
Yeah, so I love Durham. I always tell people that I'm originally from Phoenix, Arizona. And if I would have started Fillaree in Phoenix, I don't think it would have been successful initially, because there's such a strong, sustainably minded community here in Durham. They're very progressive, and they're also a town of early adopters. Like everybody was like ready to try a new thing, which refilling in 2014. It wasn't nearly, there's a lot of options these days. It's come a long way as far as people talking about reducing their waste. But back then, it was not really a hot topic. So I think, I feel like the people in Durham really jumped on board, brought their bottles, came to refill, went to the refill stations that we had set up at Stone Brothers and Bird. And, you know, that's a whole other story too. The first refill station is at Stone Brothers and Birds, and that was it took a little convincing on my part, but they were so great, and they were like, yeah, bring it in, let's see what happens, you know, people can come and refill their bottle up here. And I feel like that wouldn't have happened in a few other places. You just wouldn't have had the people ready for it. They would have been like, well, what are you talking about?
Wow. Well, I know that Durham is a great progressive place.
Yeah.
And this community is full of wonderful people.
And they love to support local people, you know?
Right. And that's what I'm here to do, to promote our community and get exposure for people that live here. So the more we know each other, the more we know about each other, the more safe and connected we feel.
It's so true. It's so true. And I feel like it also helps, you know, a lot of people do drive by and they're like, oh, I had no idea you were here, you know? So I think that it's nice to have other people spreading that word too, or, you know, word of mouth is really, we don't do any advertising, you know, we don't have a big marketing budget. We're very, you know, we sell enough soap to make the next batch and, you know, make it a little bit bigger. So we definitely do depend on word of mouth for almost all of our customers and all of our refillers, you know, finding us through friends and family and such.
Well, I think I can guess how you came up with the name. But
Yeah.
Is there a story behind
There's
that?
a little bit of a story. So when I first came up with the name or decided to kind of go for it, of course I had to think about a name, and I had called it Fillaree. Okay. Bear with me, right? Fillaree, and it was like refill to defill the landfills. And I started talking to a few people and I would say, yeah, it's called Fillaree. And it just sounded really, really clunky. And it just I didn't have that confidence. When you're starting a new business, like you need to be able to nail it and be like, Fillaree, you know, because if you stumble a little bit, that person's going to sense it. And then that, you know, it doesn't go as smooth, right? You don't get your point across. And I was like, there's something wrong with, you know, I got to think about that name a little bit more. I was downtown at the YMCA, swimming laps, mid backstroke. And I was like, oh, take the D off. Fillaree. It sounded wonderful, right? I was like, oh, it like goes with refill, obviously. It's kind of feminine. It sounds almost French, you know, it's a beautiful word. Rushed home, Googled all the Fillaree things. Like there was nothing. Luckily, there was not another soap company, you know, called Fillaree. And, you know, I basically, you know, from there, it was a done deal. You know, but yeah, it was a little bit of a story. It definitely took a little while. It was an iteration, right?
Yes. Well, I love it. Thank you so much,
Alyssa,
so for the opportunity to visit with you and for you to share your story. And we'll put you on the website and you can have friends go there and see you and support you. You'll also be able to post coupons if you want.
Okay, yeah, that's wonderful.
I am sponsoring this to support the community people.
And
you'll have access to a number of opportunities, posting articles if you want to educate the people. A lot of things. It will definitely stretch your marketing budget because it's not going to cost you anything. Well, anyway,
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you around.
See what happens. Yes, we will. We'll be here. We're open Wednesday through Saturday.
Wednesday through Saturday. Awesome.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Until next time, see you around the city.